Hello and welcome to English Classes TV Shows Explained.
Hello.
Okay, in this episode we're going to talk about words and phrases and idiomatic expressions and cultural references that you might not have understood in the first episode of the IT Crowd. Okay, so the first word we have is size them up. First phrase, sentence. What does that mean, Agatha? To size somebody up?
I'm not sure, but I think it's like to figure something out.
It's to not figure something out, but to size someone up is to decide what a person is like. If they're a good person or a bad person, are they good at something, bad at something, you size them up. You say, I've sized him up and he's an idiot or a genius.
So this is idiomatic expression.
Yeah. Okay. The next one, Renham talks, he is staring at Jen. So what does stare mean?
To stare is to look at something or someone.
Yeah, but why? How is it different from look?
Okay, maybe it's like that it annoys the person that he's been looking at.
It's to stare. It's to stare. It's to stare is to look without pausing or looking away very attentively, like this.
Okay.
Your mother always tells you it's rude to stare. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Make up your mind. What does that mean?
To make a decision.
Yeah, you could use it in an imperative way as well. To say, come on, make up your mind. Yeah, make a decision. Okay. Get to grips with. What does it mean to get to? Let's first talk about what grip. What is a grip?
I don't know.
When you hold something in your hand, you have a grip of it. To grip something is to hold something, to hold on to something in your hand. So to get to grips with something.
I don't know. Tell me.
No. Okay. So to get to grips with something, when, for example, you start doing something for the first time, like a job, something you're not sure about what you're doing. Once you understand what you're doing, you get to grips with it. So it's a question of becoming good at something, becoming accustomed to something, okay? What does the word nerd mean?
Nerd is like a freak, like someone...
Yeah, well, freak is something slightly different, but...
Okay, it's someone that it's not cool and it's like... I don't know.
Yeah. And likes computers or Star Trek or things like that.
Yeah, I would prefer to stay home playing computer games than
exactly. These are kind of nerds. Socially awkward maybe as well. The other word you could use is geek. Geek and nerd have very similar meanings.
Okay.
So they're kind of socially awkward people who like computers. Yeah, we talked a lot about geeks and nerds in the previous podcast because the two main characters are nerds or geeks, especially Moz. Yeah, Moz is a massive geek. Okay, to end up somewhere. What does that mean?
I don't know. It's one of those phrasal verbs.
It's a phrasal verb, and it means after a process of doing something, you finish somewhere. It's usually to mean like a bad thing, like how did I end up here?
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I've ended up here now. Yeah. Okay. What does all go mean? What would it mean if I said it's all go? Okay, that means very busy. If you're doing lots of things and there's lots of stuff to do, or you're working and you have to work hard all day, you'd say it's all go. Okay, hit it off. Do you know what hit it off means?
I don't know.
To hit it off means that you get on very well with someone. If you like someone and they like you, you hit it off. And we'll also have here another expression they use later on, which is getting on like a house on fire, which is the same thing, or perhaps more so. Hit it off means you get on well. If you get on like a house on fire, it means you're really getting on well. So you really like the person. Okay, to toss away.
It's to leave things behind, I think, like throw away something.
Yeah, toss is an informal word for throw. So you toss something or you throw something. So it's toss without, it's not important where it goes. So toss away is like throw away.
Yeah.
Okay, Ally McBeal. Do you know what Ally McBeal is? This is a cultural reference.
It's a character from sitcom, but it was American, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an American comedy program, which was called Ally McBeal, and she was the main character.
She was a lawyer.
Yeah, and it was all about, they were very cool characters, and they worked in an office, and they had unisex toilets, and it was one of the first sort of programs doing that sort of thing. Okay, wound. A wound or to wound someone?
It's to hurt someone.
Yeah, a wound is like an injury, usually a cut, a big cut, and you can be wounded. For example, if you're hit by a bullet, you're wounded. So a wound, you have like a cut on your hand, and that would be a little thing. But if it's bigger, it tends to be a wound. Capable. What does capable mean?
It's like being able to do something.
Yeah, and in a more general sense, being sufficiently good at something. Yeah. Oddball. What does oddball mean?
No, odd is something strange.
Yeah, an oddball is a person who is strange. If you're a bit of an oddball, like Moz is a bit of an oddball.
Like nerd, little bit.
Little bit, yeah. Someone is a little bit strange. Yeah. Okay. What about this? Is another sort of cultural thing. What about Spectrum ZX81?
I don't know. It must be Star Trek thing.
It's not a Star Trek thing. It's a computer thing. There used to be, back in the 80s, there was a computer company called Spectrum, which made computer consoles and used to put tapes in them, and they were very basic. But as it was like the early days of computers, they're very cherished by the people, and they're kind of like antiques now. So, as like there are certain films which are classics, this computer is a classic computer, and if you see one and you're a geek or you love computers, you'll love this. Yeah, I remember I didn't have a Spectrum ZX81. I had a Spectrum ZX 1 to 8, which was the next one, which was more popular, which more was sold.
So you're so old.
Yeah, I know, I'm very old, I have to admit. In the 80s. Okay, a scheme.
Scheme is like a sketch, isn't it?
No, that's more like schematic or a scheme. Here they were making a scheme or a plan to catch Jen out. Okay. Remember, and that meant like it's basically a plan. You often talk about evil villains having evil schemes, like ma ha 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 ha, my evil scheme. Yeah. Okay, a little bit. This is a rude word to come next. So this is bollocks. What does bollocks mean?
Yeah, it's a little bit vulgar to say for men's parts.
It's it's the testicles, yeah. The testicles of a man. But what else might bollocks mean? It has another meaning.
I think it's like to bother someone. Like
no.
When it's a verb, isn't it like this? Or like to tell away someone?
You could no. Well, to bollock, yeah. To bollock is to tell someone off. Informal. Your teacher might bollock you at school for misbehaving, for example. But probably bollocks, the most normal sort of idiomatic way we have is to talk about something being rubbish, something being lies or something like that. It's total bollocks.
Okay.
Yeah. Half-cocked. What does half-cocked mean? This one's quite complicated. So this phrase actually comes from guns. So you have a gun like this, and you have the cock. You pull back here to fire the gun. So you pull it all the way back, and then you press the trigger, and the gun fires. But if you pull this back, this back only halfway, the gun doesn't go off.
Okay.
So this half-cocked is an expression we use to mean not prepared. Yeah? We don't want to go at this half-cocked. For example, we don't prepare these videos, and we go at them half-cocked. We don't want to go.
It was our secret.
It was our secret. I've told everyone now. Sorry. Okay, to undermine someone.
Isn't it like underestimate someone?
No, to undermine someone is to do something to someone to stop them being able to do something, or to take away their confidence, or so they're trying to do something, and then the other person is undermining them by stopping them do it. Yeah. Okay, to slip up. What does slip mean, and what does slip up mean?
Slip is like, it's difficult to explain. Like you have a little accident or something, or you say something not on purpose.
Well, literally, we'll talk about what literally slip up means. Slip is when the surface is very smooth, and you fall over, or your feet move like this across the smooth surface. But yeah, to slip up is to make a mistake. Yeah? Okay, without a shadow of a doubt, what does that mean?
Without any doubt.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt means there is no doubt. Okay, what about plug in? What's plug and what's plug in?
Plug is a socket, isn't it?
Well, a socket.
It's a thing that you put in the socket.
Yeah, you have the socket in the wall, and then you have the plug which goes into the socket like this. Yeah. So you plug in, and the reverse of plug in.
Plug out.
No.
Plug off.
No.
I don't know.
You see, it should be plug out. It makes sense. Plug in, plug out. No, but it's unplug.
Okay.
Yeah, so you plug something in into the socket. Okay. To tell on someone.
It's like you did something bad and someone telling you, so they go to your mother or whatever and they tell your mother what you did.
Brother and sister, or brothers or sisters would often tell the parents about something that the other sibling had done. Okay, what does it mean by not working out? They describe their situation as not working out.
Yeah, like that it's not going well.
Yeah.
There are some problems.
Yeah, it's not working, it's not functioning. Okay, what about pitch? In terms of talking about the voice of someone, the pitch of someone's voice.
It's difficult to explain.
Yeah, this one is difficult.
It's like they're high pitch and low pitch.
Yeah, high pitch voice or low pitch voice like this. Yeah, so it's the tone of the voice, how high or low it is. Okay, to diffuse. So what does it mean by diffuse?
No clue.
So the classic example here, we're going to look at two examples. The first example is to diffuse a bomb in a literal sense. So you have a bomb and it's ticking, tick, 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 tick. And the classic example is in an action film, you have a person and they have to cut the wires to defuse the bomb. It's to stop the bomb going off. So that's the first example of diffuse. And then you can have the other situation, which is a situation. Yeah, so you can diffuse a situation. So a situation is tense, and then something happens, and everyone feels much happier about it. Yeah, so the situation is diffused. Diffuse the tension, things like that, or diffuse the situation. So in the IT crowd, we see Jen diffusing the situation, the problem which Roy has with the girl who's beating him up. Yeah, so she diffuses the situation. To pass out. What does this mean? To pass out.
Pass out. I think that in colloquial way, it's like when you are drunk on something or you get passed out.
You pass out. Yeah, you lose consciousness.
And
yeah?
you lose control.
Yeah. Okay. Felt tip pen. What's a felt tip pen?
Oh, it's this kind of pen that teachers use to write on the board. Isn't it?
Well, a felt tip pen is like a smaller version of that, but that would be called a board marker.
Okay.
A felt tip pen is what children use to do colouring in. So they're often very bright colours, and the tip is the end of the pen, and felt is like a soft material. If you look closely at those type of pens that children use to colour in, they have a soft end, don't they? Okay, and what is a fair? I discussed this as well in the previous episode, or in the introduction, I believe I said. A fair, what's a fair?
I don't know.
A fair is a place you go to which has rides. It often travels about. So the fair will go to one town and then to the next town and then to the next town, and have things like dodgems and the Ferris wheel and things that are easily moved about, and stalls and things like that for winning. The classic example is winning a goldfish. You take part in a game and you win the goldfish or a cuddly bear or something like that. Okay, that's all the words that I've written down for this episode. If there's any more you don't know, write them in the comment section below, and we'll put another video explaining the meaning of those words and phrases as well. Or any word that I've used in the video that you don't understand as well, put that in the comment section, and a little while later we're going to put another video explaining all those words as well. Okay, and there'll be a list of we're going to put a list of the words up so that you can see the words written down as well, so you can write them down and learn them. Okay, and that's it for today. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.